So today we decided to take a slightly different approach and ask, does a mother's love know no bounds? This was quite a hard question to answer, but we found some interesting cases that may help us all understand what maternal love is and how it shows up in our lives. I'm sure you know someone who fits one of these descriptions. It could be your mother, grandmother, sister, or even a friend. So before we begin, make sure to subscribe so you don't miss any future videos. And leave a comment down below if you think a mother's love knows no bounds. Number 9. Giving up her dreams for you. Mothers are known to make great sacrifices for their children. But have you ever wondered why? In a study by University College London, researchers discovered that when a mother gives birth, her brain releases chemicals that trigger an intense feeling of euphoria. This feeling motivates her to breastfeed and look after her baby. Later on, when the child grows up, she feels the same way about taking care of them. But sometimes it can go a little too far. When Natasha's mother got pregnant, she was so happy that her dream finally came true because she had always wanted a child. However, after she gave birth, her entire world shifted. All her time and attention now belonged to the baby. She felt like a robot, completing the same routine every day without any joy. Even though she loved her daughter very much, she couldn't help but feel a little resentful towards her. Just 5 years later, when Natasha started school, her mom decided to go back to college. After years of sacrificing her dreams, she finally felt like herself again. Number 8. The perfect gift. We all know mothers can be really good at spoiling their children with gifts, but there are times when less can mean more. At first, Lisa thought her mother didn't like her new boyfriend. Whenever she mentioned him, her mother would get upset and tell her she'd do anything to keep them apart. But soon Lisa realized her mother was doing it because she cared about her. When her mother passed away, she found out she'd put her whole inheritance into saving Lisa's life. Because of that, Lisa never forgot the love her mother showed her. 7. A beautiful memory. It's common for mothers to save their children from danger, but there are instances where the roles are reversed. In 2004, Helen Viola's son was diagnosed with brain cancer. At first, he refused to believe it, but his mom knew the truth. She did everything she could to make his last days on Earth the best ones yet. They went to Hawaii, Disneyland, and even took a hot air ride. It was the most wonderful experience for both of them. Before he died, Michael told his mom he was proud of her because she had given him the gift of living life to the fullest. After he passed away, Helen learned that the love she gave her son helped him live longer than doctors predicted. Number 6. The ultimate sacrifice. Sometimes a mother's love takes on an unusual turn, but it's still just as beautiful. Yoon-hee Jeon from South Korea gave her heart to her son. He needed a new one after being diagnosed with acute myocarditis. Yoon-hee worked as a nurse and knew how important blood type compatibility was. Hers was B, which wasn't the same as her son's. Instead of telling him, she donated her heart anyway. Doctors performed tests and were able to change her heart into the perfect match for him. 10 years later, he thanked his mom for saving his life. He also admitted he hadn't realized until recently how much her sacrifice meant. Number 5. Unshakable bond. It's not uncommon for children to feel closer to their moms than anyone else. But why does that happen? Eleanor Roosevelt once said, "A mother is the one who can look you in the eyes and say, it's going to be alright even when it isn't." In Jeanette Wall's memoir, The Glass Castle, she talks about her unusual upbringing. Even though her parents didn't always provide for their children, they showered them with unconditional love. When Jeanette needed a kidney stone operation, her dad volunteered to donate his kidney to her. He managed to convince doctors it was just by lying about having the same blood type. Even when Jeanette got married, her father walked her down the aisle because he wanted to make her happy. Number 4. Words of wisdom. Every parent wants to give their child a better life. but sometimes it's hard to know how. Ever since Maricela was little, she felt insecure because she didn't look like other kids. As she grew older, her classmates made fun of her and she started believing they were right. But then she remembered what her mother had told her years ago. One day, while looking at photos of her childhood, Maricela saw one of her mother as a baby. She looked different then too. That is when her mom told her she had adopted her and brought her to the US from Korea. Even though it was hard at first, Maricela adjusted to her new environment. Her adoptive mother showed her nothing was impossible, and growing up, she became a lawyer. Number 3. Soulmates. Have you ever met someone and instantly felt connected to them? For some people, meeting their soulmate is easy. For others, it might take a while. When Barbara met Mary Lou, they were just a single moms trying to raise their kids alone. At first, their friendship was based on mutual understanding and support, but soon they realized they felt a strong connection. They started dating each other and things became more complicated. People around them didn't understand why the women would choose to be together instead of being with men. Despite this, their relationship only grew stronger. Soon they got engaged and adopted two boys. After getting married, they felt complete and knew they'd found something special. Number 2. Second chances. Sometimes it feels like fate has a way of bringing people back together. After Margaret got divorced, she had to raise her daughter on her own. She never thought she'd meet someone special again, but then she met Laura's mother. They hit it off right away and started dating. One day, Margaret noticed Laura was acting strangely and found out she was being bullied. To help her, she took her to a nearby lake and taught her how to fish. While they sat quietly waiting for a bite, Margaret realized she'd found a new daughter in Laura. The two of them spent summers fishing and talking. One day, Margaret asked Laura why she was so happy living with her. "You're my second chance at being a kid," she replied. That's when Margaret understood how lucky they both were to have each other. Number 1. Raising the pack. When you look at your family, what do you see? Do you see a typical nuclear family? Just a mom, dad, and kids? Well, nowadays, families come in all shapes and sizes. Some are big and lively, while others are small and quiet. No matter what yours looks like, the love within it is what truly matters. Today, Jen and her wife, Roxy, are raising 3 boys on their own. Their oldest son, Hunter, was adopted. Their younger twin boys, Jagger and Brooks, are biological, but they weren't born into their family. At first, doctors told them they couldn't have kids naturally, so they considered adopting a baby boy. But shortly after, they were surprised to find out their surrogate was expecting twins. All 3 of them have brought a lot of joy to their lives. Jen says she doesn't think about what they are missing out on because they have each other, and that is all that matters. Stories like these remind us of the amazing things parents do for their kids. They make sacrifices, worry about their health, protect them from harm, give them unconditional love, and show them how to navigate life. Being a good parent isn't always easy, but seeing your child grow and become independent makes it all worthwhile. Do you have a story of a mother who inspires you? Share it with us in the comments below and check out another video.